The Master of Arts in Economics and Entrepreneurship for Educators is specifically designed for educators who have demonstrated leadership potential. They are then equipped with both a solid foundation in economic theory and a set of strategies and methods for teaching economics, entrepreneurship, and financial education. Graduates of the program are master teachers who provide economic leadership and act as agents of change in their own regions. Amy Willis, a 2001 graduate of the program, recently described her experience at an alumni brunch.
I found my way into the program in 1999, sitting in my classroom, eating lunch at my desk. None of you are familiar with that phenomenon, right? When John Morton, who several of you know, called me and said, "Have I got a deal for you?" And I said, "Well, okay." And he said, "Jim O'Neill is coming to town, and you should meet with him and talk with him about this program that he runs at the University of Delaware." So at that point, I still always do what Mort says. So I met with Jim. Now I do what Jim says too, of course. And Jim said, "Amy, the vacation capital of the world is calling your name." And I said, "Where exactly is that?" Newark, Delaware. So I, of course, decided to come, and I arrived here in Newark, anxious, nervous, and eager, but I met a fantastic group of colleagues and professors. I got a shout out to a couple 2001s here. Leah and Dorielle and Judy, I know, are here, and of course our instructors, Jim and Bonnie, and Jim Bekowitz and Dave Black, I think, are all here. What did I experience as part of the program? Well, most importantly, strong content, and related to that, better ways to communicate those ideas and distill complex ideas for different audiences. Of course, the content is important, but this program takes you beyond content and focuses on the application of the content. How can we make these ideas about economics accessible to young people, to teachers who haven't experienced these ideas before and may be hearing them for the first time? How do these ideas translate into policy? We were lucky to take trips each summer to Washington, D.C. to meet with major think tanks and the scholars that are working for them to see how they were applying these ideas. We were writing papers in 2000 on healthcare reform and health savings accounts long before that was an issue that was in the news, I think for Ellie and Dave. We also focused on curriculum development, which is something that many of my colleagues and fellow alumni have continued to do. Alumni have created curriculum packages for their home state councils, for the National Council on Economic Education, and so forth. Other things that we've done, I was asked to say a little bit about the things that I was able to do, but I want to preface this by saying I wasn't able to do any of these things. The master's program helped me to do these things. I worked these ideas through with my colleagues. I talked to Jim and Bonnie. None of these things could have happened without this program. When my class arrived in 2000, we participated in Market Day here on campus. When I went back to my then home state of Arizona, I established a Market Day in my high school. It spread throughout the district and beyond that district. It's still going on today. It's been more than 10 years since I left that district, so that's a lasting legacy of the master's program. We were told on day one, why take a job when you can make a job? And let's teach our students how we can do that as well. It's not just the degree and then done, however, here in the master's program. There is a network that is increasingly important. In my case, John Morton had just restarted the Arizona Council on Economic Education. I went back and we established a teacher training program modeled along the lines of the master's program, and now there are economic education consultants throughout the state who, while not trained here directly, certainly are a legacy of this program as well. Most importantly, I learned to work hard. I think I've learned that the Blue and Gold Club is no longer, and I'm a bit traumatized by this. So I don't really know what to say about that. In any case, what sort of doors does the program open for alumni? Well, it's kind of a golden ticket into a network of incredible individuals. The National and State Council and Center networks with whom we've all had the chance to engage, our own schools, districts, and classrooms. For myself, I was able to transition from a high school teacher to a part-time council employee to the Arizona Council Director. I'm now actually in Indianapolis working for an international educational foundation. But more importantly, there are doors that are held open. Jim, my friend, Jim, my friend, is always there as a source of support. You can do this, or in some cases, why aren't you doing this? And suddenly they get done, as it were. To wrap up, What I've been able to do since then is to continue to sort of leverage that network, and I count so many friends in this room in addition to Jim. I've come back to the University of Delaware, and I see some of my victims here in the crowd when we've talked about Adam Smith or public choice economics. There's some shuddering going on out there, I don't know. But the multiplier effect is real and it works. And Jim is a testament to that. His vision for this program was a life-changing experience for me, and I know for many other people. Why do I continue to support the master's program? Because it's about motivated people, strong content, great instructors who both deliver that content and act as models for the rest of us. The emphasis on application. It's not enough to just know the material. You have to be able to communicate it to others. I believe in the multiplier effect. I've seen it work. I see it continue to work every day. I'm proud to be a graduate of this program. I'm proud to be associated with all of you here in the audience. And most importantly, I'm very proud to call Jim my friend. Thanks.
For more information about the Masters of Arts in Economics and Entrepreneurship for educators, visit www.learner.udel.edu/CEEE.